Hey there, I'm Mike Rogers, and I'm coming to you with what I believe might be one of the single most important messages that you will learn about in this decade concerning water source safety and quality to help families at home and staff at work to lead safer and healthier lifestyles with the goal to live longer, healthier, and productive lives. Now, it only takes a few minutes for me to explain this, but if you're pressed for time, click on the link down below to get a replay of this message delivered to your email inbox, along with my free special report video series on how to perform in-home or building water testing for health and safety. In this brief announcement, I'll provide 4 reasons why you need to start your water source with a test at home or at your small business now for health, safety, and greater productivity. Here's my personal backstory. Way back in the beginning, back in the early 1980s, when I first started becoming aware of how widespread water-related issues are and how exposed contaminants can cause life-shortening or life-debilitating effects, I really got nervous and insecure because I felt helpless at that time on how to solve it to protect myself and my family from potential toxic exposures. Then, as the years went by, with greater frequency, I began hearing, reading, and viewing mainstream media more and more about the growing water issue crisis. I learned how people get exposed a little bit more each day, every day, without even knowing what's in their water, to see what their water source for safety and quality really are at the source where it enters into the home or business. Because anyone in their right mind knows that what they want is for safe water to come out of the water taps and that it's safe for the whole family and staff at work. You can argue, if you live in a town or a city with a municipal water treatment supply that provides passing grades on EPA mandated annual water quality reports. But you need to know these 4 things right now because there are flaws that you may not be aware of. First, the water being tested is only at the water treatment facility and not the many miles of delivery service lines between the facility and your home or your business. Who knows how old the water service delivery line's infrastructure is, or what kind of condition or disrepair it has, with the ground underneath constantly shaking and moving, causing water mains to break, comes the constant increasing possibility of exposure caused by water cross-contamination with sewer lines or back siphonage, pulling water already delivered into homes and their toilets, and then it comes right back out into the main municipal water supply. Sorry, I know that was gross, but we're adults and we face it and we deal with it accordingly. Secondly, the annual water quality reports show tested water samples range anywhere from 1 to 3 years old in the past, way before the published report becomes available. Thirdly, if you don't live where municipal water is supplied, then you're on your own. And finally, even if the water source is adequate, there's still a chance that the water pipes and fittings in your very home or building can still harbor water contaminants. That's why you must test the water source of water coming into the home or building. After my military enlistment service ended as a U.S. Army medical specialist, I discovered water treatment dealers were looking for water treatment advisors and offered paid training to learn how to test people's homes' water source and then offer a solution. Sounds great, right? But the dealer's free water test is not exactly as it appears, as many shocked and concerned homeowners and small businesses have discovered over the decades. That's because there's also been a high-pressure sales pitch following the in-home water test from an aggressive commission-only salesperson. And the price tag today for these outdated dealership sales tactics since the early 1970s is offering water treatment systems ranging anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000, which is ridiculously expensive, especially if the product only addresses the aesthetics of the water, like odors, taste, and appearance, rather than 100% of the water source's condition for safety as the main priority first, with aesthetics being a close second priority. But here's the good news. There's a better way, and you can finally have the best of both of those priorities I just mentioned at reasonable prices to make water safe, far more inclusive to those who have been or are presently environmentally or economically considered disadvantaged. Safe water has never been more feasible, affordable, and accessible than right now. Back to my past experience. Over time, I became a corporate water treatment industry insider, working in the water treatment manufacturer, specializing in medical grade water quality treatment, far exceeding the EPA's minimum standards described in the Safe Drinking Water Act standards from a microbiological standpoint. When I was still in the corporate world, I was surrounded by engineers of all kinds with the following expertise. Either they were chemical, microbiological, or biomechanical systems engineers. I also spent a good percentage of my time teaming up with the chemists and also the lab testing technicians specializing in testing water samples for clinics for medical grade efficacy and purity. It would also help troubleshoot with medical technicians worldwide, as well as infection control officers from the Department of Defense to universities to large medical organization networks and dental clinics, just to name a few, just to bring their water quality service back into medical grade compliance when it wasn't. But I didn't want to stop there. I knew that I wanted to reach out to millions of people that could benefit from this higher level of consumer protection, just like what you're hearing about right now. I thought if average and ordinary people could conquer the tech that they use in their daily lives, then they could take and extend their superpowers by addressing the water source safety on their own and saving tens of thousands of dollars to solve it. But first things first, you have to test your water to determine the real issues that potentially lurk in your water source, and not take the opinion or scripted advice of any fast-talking, high-priced commission sales reps. So I'm offering you a free and simple in-home video series on water testing so that you can perform water testing from the water that's actually coming out of your own faucet. Or it could be bottled water, pitcher-based water container, refrigerator water dispenser, or a water faucet filter attachment. Plus, as a bonus, I'll share with you the single most important water test everyone should be doing these days for health, but nobody really knows about it outside of the medical community. I assure you that nobody will come to your door to try to sell you any water treatment systems. Heck, I don't even sell water treatment systems. Click on the link down below. Get my free limited time offer report on in-home water testing video series. It contains the links to my unlisted videos along with links to where you can order the inexpensive water testing equipment as I did. Then just watch the videos again, step by step for each test. It's really that easy, and it's actually kind of fun to perform with the whole family. But I must warn you that water testing is not a one and done operation. It has to be an ongoing, regular endeavor because the water quality changes with every season, every year. Droughts, wildfires, or excessive flooding can cause drastic fluctuations in water quality. So water testing regularly really is the best practice in order to maintain being well informed. That way, you are never left exposed to potentially harmful or toxic water contaminants. But if you do in fact detect a problem, you can then take quick steps to resolve it. Look, nothing lets you sleep better at night like those who have peace of mind knowing about their current state of their primary water source. It's right up there with being relieved as a feeling of being assured, knowing exactly where your kids are at 9 p.m. on a school night when they're at home and safe. And now it's time for you to join the ranks of concerned parents or business owners who become worry-free and more informed about everyday water source supplies. Click on the link below right now. It'll take you to a short form to enroll in this free, limited time offer. Again, in closing, I'm Mike Rogers. And it's one thing to learn about water issues covered in the media. It's a completely different thing when you find someone from the inside, from the water treatment industry, that can actually help guide you in solving your water source issues for health first, once and for all, while saving a ton of money. My goal is for you to allow me to become your trusted advisor and healthy water source safety for you, your family, and the staff at your small business if you have one. You won't find anyone more passionate or well qualified about this vital subject. I promise it'll be time well spent. Go ahead, click the link down below now, right now, before it disappears. Let's get to work and keep you and those you care about feeling their personal best while living longer, healthier, and productive lives.